South Dakota new bill changes things for nomads and residency. I'm going to talk a little bit about some nomad news today, if we will. Okay, first of all, now, whenever I say things about, this is changing, that's changing, and this and that, and that. Oh, no. I get met with all kinds of, no. Everything's fine. Nothing's changing. Everything is exactly the same. I don't know where you're getting this news. Well, Adventure Van Man, and that's someone that everybody enjoys and likes and admires. So it's not somebody that, no, this is Adventure Van Man. He is adored by many. He shows a sign. And, what does it say?
These signs have been around a long time. It's just a weird way to put it. It kind of makes it seem like just at all times, not just here, just in general, but, whatever. Here we are.
But whatever. So there it is. There's that, one of those signs that, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's all a figment of your imagination. Because, they all say it all the time. All the spots to park are the same. I can still, yeah, well, there you go. From Adventure Van Man. But now let's get to the big story here, and that is South Dakota. Now, if anybody's watched those videos from Bob and a whole bunch of other people about how do you get mail when you live on the road? How do you set up a residency? And how do you get health insurance? How do you do all these things? Well, South Dakota, it used to be one of those states that came up a lot. South Dakota, it's real easy. Basically, it was one of those popular states that you could just pretty much show up, get a South Dakota driver's license, get a mail service that gave you a physical, quote unquote, address, and you're pretty much good to go. So you could, in a couple of days, have everything all set up and be ready to go. Well, South Dakota has changed some things. Now, I received some correspondence about this, so I thought I would talk about it. And basically, it's right there. It is. It says about the domicile in South Dakota, and basically making it, kind of illegal or changing everything. They're changing the wording on some things. You can pause this and read it if you'd like, but there is that. But here's what it really boils down to, I guess you could say, is the real deal. Here's South Dakota legislation, and you can read that as well if you would like. But they changed some verbiage, some language in the bills. Some things, as you can see, are stricken out. Yeah, it's all changed, and they changed some things, and it's basically the wording. And once they change the wording, it can be interpreted differently and very loosely. It took me a couple times to read over to see exactly, to figure out what they were trying to do and what they were saying. But basically what it boils down to is, it used to say that you could just go there, show up, and live and sleep at your address for at least 30 consecutive days. And you could get your driver's license, vote, do this, that, and use South Dakota as your residence. Well, they changed the language to are a resident. It no longer states that, you can just be here for 30 consecutive days and then you can leave and never to return, and you're still a resident and you can just do everything online and this and that. And so no, now you have to be a resident. What does that mean? Again, they changed the language, so now it can be more loosely interpreted by whomever. So yeah, that's what nomads that, if you have residents in South Dakota, are going to be dealing with. Now, the change to the language to these two bills can affect the nomads that use South Dakota purely as a residence on paper. Now, it will change your ability to register to vote and to obtain and even keep your South Dakota driver's license. So I guess basically, if there are any of the nomads that have South Dakota as their residence, I think they're probably going to be scrambling and going somewhere else. I know there's a couple other states that are pretty easy. I know, for example, Nomadic Fanatic is a Texan. He's a Texas resident, even though he has his property in Sholo, Arizona at 7,000 feet. Yes, he is technically a Texas resident. So Texas is one. So yeah, you can go look that up for yourself. There's lots of videos. But basically, this is yet another thing I've spoken about in the past. You know, with the publicity that the topic of residence gets from people like Bob and others here on YouTube, people are going to notice. Lawmakers are going to notice. Lots of people are going to take notice to, hey, these people are circumventing things, and hey, we got to hold on. With housing getting very expensive, food and everything, and the price of everything going crazy, more and more people taken to the streets, and we have our people that walk across the border and don't even belong here. They are finding these places that, you can live for free or call your home or all these other things that happen in the nomad community. And it's popularized and it's talked about on YouTube. And this is what you can do. This is how you can do that. You don't need a physical address. Go to this little mail service and you have a physical address. It's not just a P.O. box. And they tell you all these things. So again, the more it's popularized and more it's brought to light, the more people are going to go, hey, one, we're either going to make money off of this, or hey, we're losing money, so we have to change it. So basically, if you're merely using the state of South Dakota as a legal loophole, it's going to catch the attention of people. You're not there to pay property taxes. You're not spending money in the local economy. And when there's local issues, you're not there to vote because you don't know what's going on. And plus, you just have an address there and you take off and go to Arizona and never to return. Now, I'm not here to debate whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that these issues will arise in more places. It's not just going to be South Dakota. I think other states are going to catch on as well, in my opinion. Now, these are things that, again, when I speak about, I get a lot of pushback. You know, the typical, things are just fine. I have no problems at all. I still camp at Walmart everywhere I go. I still go to Cracker Barrel. BLM has millions and millions of acres and they're not closing anything. There's not a problem. I don't know what you're talking about. I can camp wherever I want to. No one cares if you're actually in the state or not. You're just making this stuff up. It doesn't even matter. These are the things that I hear constantly over and over again. Well, as I just showed, I guess some places actually do care, like South Dakota. And I think that this is just the beginning. I think more and more is coming your way, nomad. So I say, be prepared. But you don't have to agree with me. That's never the point here.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.